Modern societies have been captivated by the history of Egypt, and for Egyptologists, the well-preserved tombs have yielded many facts about how the ancients lived their daily lives. Perhaps most puzzling of all is the beautiful blue lotus, the most common image found in the tombs. It is a type of water lily, and there have been many theories about its use.
They wear lotus garlands around their necks. Some of them would have lotus flowers decorating their hair. They hold lotus flowers in their hands. The lotus flower is all over the place.
Egyptologist Lisa Manickay has tracked down a piece of text that hints at the reasons the lotus was so popular.
In the Temple of Horus, the walls are full of pictures showing the king offering to the god. The king speaks about the lotus flower to the god, and he says, "When you look at its brilliance, your eyes become dynamic or imbued with dynamic properties. When you breathe in, your nostrils dilate."
Lisa is confident that this description of the effect of the lotus reveals how the Egyptians used it. She believes it was a narcotic or a stimulant of some kind. There are other indications in the tomb that support her theory. The lotus is often seen being sniffed. And there is a close association with wine. Goblets were often decorated to look like lotus plants. And little jars of concentrate, possibly derived from the lotus itself, are shown being added to the wine. Liz Williamson is a pharmacognosist, a chemist with a knowledge of how different substances affect the body. To her, the combination of chemicals in the lotus is exciting. The blue lotus would have stimulated blood flow and facilitated good health, and it would have acted as a natural form of Viagra.
I noticed you found a couple of compounds which are phosphodiesterase inhibitors, and that's the way that Viagra works.
Could its prevalence on the tomb and temple walls be explained by its use as a general health aid and a sexual enhancer? The village of Deir el-Medina was home to the workers who built and decorated the pharaoh's tombs in the nearby Valley of the Kings. But they also produced an infamous papyrus that adds a new dimension to the symbolism of the lotus and may bridge the gap between the records and the science.
Among the interesting drawings that we do have from this place is the famous Turin papyrus. I think it is a very interesting piece of early pornographic literature. It shows various couples having intercourse in various fashions. There's a scene showing a woman sitting on a stool with a man facing her with a huge phallus and a lotus flower balancing on top of her head. In one of the other scenes, the woman seems to be managing quite well on her own because she's sitting on top of an inverted pot with a pointed bottom, enjoying herself in that way. Again with a huge lotus flower on top of her head.
The papyrus that Lisa describes seems to corroborate what the scientists had discovered about the Viagra-like properties of the lotus.
Which will be just as important for women as men.
The lotus would not have provided an instant boost to the effects of the alcohol, but its long-term use would have enhanced the sexual vigor and the general health of those who consumed it.
I think we really have got to the key for the use of the blue lotus, and in my opinion, the blue lotus was not used as a source of narcotics. I think it was used for its beauty, for its perfume, and if it has the added advantage of giving you a feeling of well-being when you drink an infusion, an alcoholic infusion of this flower, well, that's everything that the pharaohs needed, really, isn't it?